So if you hide uh, below deck, uh, uh, you might not get eaten if you or actually, yeah. So I'll just say if you stay at, or if you crew the no, I don't have a completion for that sentence. So I'll just say if you stay at your station, the if you stay at your station, the ship might out, outpace the creature and escape. Sure. So this is event type 2 because if the event is only half, if yeah, man the ship, that's the easy one, but I don't like the verb man because it's overtly gendered. You can woman a ship, just language patterns don't reflect that. You can androgynous a ship. No, it's silly, but I just don't like those artifice of like, you know, language. So I tend not to use them when I don't have to, and I don't have to. There's no reason you have to use that phrase. So, yeah. I'm an everyoneist. Like if the common phrase was like woman the ship, like if that was the parlance, I wouldn't. Yeah, human a ship, right? People a ship, like the dictionary told us to do. We can people a ship. No, like I just like, yeah. If there was, I don't know. I just like, I'm a hippie, I guess is what it is. All right. So, so yeah. So what happens? Like, the beast. Actually, I'm gonna call it a beast here. You might outpace the beast and escape. So the serpent. So this is the neutral outcome. This is the outcome in case you fail, basically. When I say neutral, I mean not. I mean, I guess that's a kind of a weird term to use. But so I don't know what the correct term is, but it's basically like the outcome that happens, not specifically associated with either of the action, not associated with either of the particular action tags for this event. All right, so the serpent knocks against the sides of the vessel, tossing cargo and loose planks into the drink for hours. You struggle to stay afloat, I guess. Right. So if you hide below deck, so through there's things actually called portholes. The whole time I was working on the pirate ship, I kept calling the windows portholes, and I don't know if that's actually a real thing. Define porthole. Yeah, cool. All right, so I'm not crazy. I think I said it so many times that it became like not a word anymore. Like it was just like, you know, when you say, when you like, there's actually a term for that. Like when you accidentally like de de-wordify a word just by saying it. That's not the word, but just by saying it too much. Through a porthole, you catch a glimpse of the serpent devouring whole a large shark. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to notice you, or you remain unnoticed. You remain unnoticed. Seems like fine in this situation. If there's a giant sea serpent eating sharks outside your boat, like if you go unnoticed, that's like a pretty good outcome. Uh, um, the town. Oh, okay. Actually, we are transitioning out of the town, so the town. We will eventually leave the town. Look at that. See, there are clouds rolling in and stuff. That looks like snow's coming. All right. I don't know why I get so doofy sometimes. I'm like really top notch doofy like a lot of the time, and I really don't know where that comes from. Uh, Maybe it's just what I've always been like, and I was never so introspective or self reflective until I started streaming as much. Um, Once upon a time, every event had the option to cower in fear. Once upon a time, literally every event had the option to cower in fear. Those are fun times. And then yeah, at a certain point I changed it so that it wasn't always cowering in fear. And then I just started like not always having it. Because I started to like change up the formula. And yeah. No, once upon a time. For literally every event. I think there are still like at least like 3 or 4 events where you can cower in fear. Uh, all right. So what happens if you stay at your station? So you. Oh shoot. You know what I just remembered is this quest was supposed to take you somewhere. This quest was supposed to to put you back on land, hypothetically. So maybe this is what puts you back on land. Maybe you're not guaranteed to get back to land automatically. Maybe yeah, maybe if you stay at your station, this is the outcome that puts you back on land eventually. Uh, so where should you land though? So we have so you can get on the ship through the cave. Yeah, actually, if you got on the ship, you had to have gotten there on the cave. So maybe it'll put you in the snow, because you don't. Well, no, there's more than one ways to end up in. There's more than one way to end up in the snow. So I don't really need more ways to end up in the snow necessarily. Although there are still statistically fewer opportunities to like. Yeah, wallowing in a puddle. Shivering ye timbers is one that you can do on a pirate ship. Shivering ye timbers is the pirate equivalent of cowering in fear. What else is there? You can stare at your feet. Sometimes you can. There's yeah. So at a certain point, like after I took out cowering in fear, I started putting in variants like that. So yeah, staring at your feet is what you do. Staring at your feet is the social equivalent of cowering in fear. It's what you do at like social occasions. Instead of cowering in fear, you stare. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I think this will probably put you in the snow for no particular reason. Well, actually, the village can only go to the snow. Yeah, snow's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Snow. Uh, So you yeah. So the serpent chases you. Uh, uh, the serpent gives chase for. What's the league? Is that do you measure what's like a nautical measurement of distance? Is league only for depths, or is league also for define a league? Is this also for like nautical traversal? No. Oh, yes. A former measurement of distance by land, usually about 3 miles. Distance by land. Interesting. Uh, Nautical distance measurements. Glossary of nautical measures. Sigh loudly. Yeah, that's one. Oh right, yeah, because at the boulder, you can sigh loudly. A knot. Oh yeah, knot. A fathom. A metric cable. A shot or a shackle of cable. Some of these sound made up. Uh, oh, fathom is only 6 feet. I don't know. When people say you couldn't fathom something, I assumed it was more than 6 feet. I can totally 6 feet. I'm exactly 6 feet tall. Uh, uh, all right, so I guess mile is fine. If I'm just talking about miles, anyways, there's no point in specifying nautical miles. We're on a boat, of course the miles are nautical. uh, the serpent gives chase for miles. So for miles and miles, not just miles, miles and miles. But turns back from colder waters. Right. So then, wait. How do I do epilogues? I want to do an epilogue, but I don't want to do a quest chain. I forget what the data format for that is. Open C charts. Oh yeah. Colon. Okay, yeah. Colon. Uh, so your ship tears through sheets of surface ice. Sheets of ice on the freezing the freezing sheets of ice on the frozen surface. It sounds like ice on frozen sounds dumb. Frozen ice is a very redundant phrase. Tears through sheets of ice, whatever, and comes to rest on a against a I was gonna say a massive glacier, but I think it's actually like a Sato, it's wonderful to have you here. Hope to see you again. Comes to rest against an sturdy, no, yeah, whatever, sturdy glacier. I don't care. Oh, I never went back and changed the bandit outcomes. Uh, nah, that's fine. I think I kind of came to terms with it, so whatever. All right. Your ship tears through sheets of ice and comes dressed against a sturdy glacier. The uh, 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 you so you yeah, that's fine. And then you're in the snow. Ta-da! All right, we did it. We did it, you guys. All right, so this is a serpent. I'll call it sea serpent, just to be specific, in case we have a land serpent later on. You never know. It could happen. All right, so now you can actually end up on the ship sometimes. I mean, it's still relatively rare that you actually spend time on the ship, because there's that one question, the pirate ship quest chain. Like you don't actually spend any time on the ship. You never randomly pick an event on the ship, but it puts you on the ship for a little while, and then here's another way that you can be on the ship for a little while. Oh, actually, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make this one also have an epilogue. Uh, so yeah, this one's gonna end you at the mountains, maybe. This will put you at the mountain. Oh, but the mountain connects to snow. Whatever. I mean, there's only so many places to end up. So, so, yeah. So when you, when you emerge, from the, so yeah, so you emerge when from the you emerge from the lower decks when you hear the boat scraping on a tangle of seaweed or something. I don't know. I don't care either. You've reached the rocky shores of the Great Northern Mountains. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, and then of course that puts you in the mountains. Blammo. Alright, we did it. Super did it. Sea serpent. Totally seen. Seeing is believing. How many other stupid bad puns can I make? Those ones don't even count. Like those ones, no actual effort invested or expended in forming those puns. So yeah, how are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? How's how are things where you are? Yeah, that's funny. I really hadn't noticed that those events happen. The passive things happen right at the end. Oh, hey, congratulations, everyone leveled up. And I really just hadn't noticed that those passive events always happen right at the end of the event. But I'm glad we fixed that. Wow, I gained 5 experience. Oh, I learned to cook a delicious new recipe. Delightful. Wow, look at everyone who leveled up. Good job. Go you. Look at you. Look at you go. Bacon? Ah. I haven't had bacon in a long time. That's really good. You're really good at this, Ethan Hydra. Alright, so What? Sorry, I just have to show you the voices for the game right now. So far, we only have one voice, but it is it is this one. Sorry, I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I wonder if anyone's been using the voices, but no. um, uh, oh, is my game going to be released to streamers, or is it just going to be locked to my channel? That's a good question. I want a wider audience for SideQuest, because like for one thing, my channel is just game dev, so if it only stays in my channel, then the only people who can appreciate it are the people who like game dev. So I want it to reach a broader audience. Right now, I'm actually oh, Definzred, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Right now, I'm available to like bring the game with me. Like if I like I could like for example if yeah, so right now the game runs on my computer, right? I haven't tested it on any other systems yet. And there's no like convenient way to run it other places, but like I can run it in any channel. So like hypothetically, like well, so yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be relevant to anyone here, and this is probably not why you're asking, but like one thing I was thinking of doing is like for charity events. I think like that charity events were actually the one of the first reasons I actually ever made SideQuest was like that was part of the like initial inspiration. It was like, I just wanted to like back in October, Ludum Dare had a monthly challenge where the goal was by the end of the month, like by the start of October you start a game, or at the start of October you start a game, and then by the end of the month, your goal is to have made at least $1 with that game. And originally SideQuest was going to be, I wasn't even calling it SideQuest back then. Originally it was going to be a game to run in a charity stream to help encourage like fundraising, like as an extra thing to do, like to like to engage people and like and just generally like drive interest and hopefully help people. I mean, it's about the side quest is about storytelling, right? So like you could even if you were so inclined, you could tell a story like I don't know, like let's say you're raising funds for like for some worthy cause, like I don't know, whatever. You could I don't know. You can do a lot of stuff with side quests. So I was just thinking it'd be like a versatile tool for that sort of thing. So like yeah, I haven't actually like started saying it yet, but like I right now basically it only runs on my computer. So like if hypothetically if a charity event wanted to use SideQuest right now, like I would kind of have to I'd basically be chaperoning it, right? It's because it's not ready for a wide release, but I am thinking like yeah, I mean like there's a lot of stuff I would want to do with it. Like I want to have it run on the web sometime. Like my goal, like I can't even call it a goal. My pipe dream, or I don't know, maybe it's a realistic dream, but like my dream is basically that like you go to sidequest.com or whatever, like you go to SideQuest and you click like the launch button, and then it like pops out like a separate window, and then so then you go in OBS and you tell OBS to do SideQuest from that window, and actually this would make a better prop. Then you tell OBS to like render SideQuest from your window, and like you log in with your Twitch account or whatever, and like I want it to be like that someday. I just I'm lacking in the web skills to make that happen. The reason I want to do it that way, and the reason I probably won't release it another way, is that I want it to be a consistent universe. I don't want a million channels each with like their own individual side quest. I want if it's going to be in a million channels, I want it to be the same side quest. So yeah, so like if you level your character, like you don't have to start over every time you go to a new channel. That sort of thing. But yeah. Exclades, yes, you do gain some experience just for going on the adventure, although the fastest way to gain experience is to participate in the events as well. You gain experience a lot faster. I think you gain experience like 3 times as you gain experience like if you just hang out, you gain like 4 experience per hour or something like that. But if you participate in events, I think you can gain upwards of like, how much would it be? I think you can gain like 12 or 15 experience an hour or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. So like, right, yeah. So if you think of like side quest as an MMO, then like the individual channels would be like adventuring parties, or like, they'd basically like raids, I guess, in side quest or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, I do want to do that at some point, but I'm not a web developer, and so it's if like I those things are on like my schedule, but like they're very far away, and I don't even know how I'm gonna actually do that. um, yeah, we'll see. So, yeah, yep, yes, sir. So, um, yeah, it's not happening yet, but at some point I need to go to the bus station and pick up my roommate because I have their car. That was the deal. I could borrow their car while they're gone if I took care of their dog, and and uh, and pick them up from the bus station when they got home. um, so yeah, everything, like all the data in SideQuest so far is just saved as text. Right now, I have not started caring about like I mean, I know I should probably like put it in a database, but yeah, right now it's one of the nice things about saving them as text files is that like I can just like search for them in like the file system. So like for example, like for players, like if I want to get my data, I just type in binary and then, hey, look, I'm right here. It's like, uh, sorry, some of this data I don't actually need. People think it's funny to make accounts with my name in it. It is funny. I don't think they and I are laughing for the same reasons though. Um, all right. um, so are you telling me this program is trying to tell me that juke is not a word? Lies, crazy lies. Of course it's a word. Uh, uh, so uh, yeah. Uh, how and where should you start coding? Sorry if people ask this too much. No, that's a good question. I have a really weird answer to that question. Um, you, you didn't ask it, but I'm gonna answer why you should start coding. You should start coding if you want to start coding. I point this out because a lot of people think that coding is like important, but it's really unimportant. Like it's a cool thing you can do. It's like a neat trick that you can do. It's like if you can code, it's like that's good for you. That's neat. That's neat that you figured that out and that you like that. Um, one thing that happened, the reason I answer the question this way is that one thing I've noticed, a lot of people ask, how do I start coding? When what they're actually wondering is, like, why aren't they making games yet? And the answer to that is because maybe you haven't found the right like dev environment for you. So if you really want to start coding, because you think it would be a neat trick that you could do, then cool, do it. Do that a lot. If you actually don't care about coding, and what you'd actually rather be doing is making games, I would say don't start coding. I would say just start making games instead, because you really don't need to know how to code in order to make games. There are just so many great tools out there that allow you to make games without having to worry about that. So the reason I specifically mention this path is because if you know how to make games, coding is going to be really easy to learn. Like once you know how to make games, like once you're making games, like coding will be like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. But if you try and learn coding in the abstract, like it's gonna be this dry, like uninteresting, like, well, I don't know. Some people like it, right? But like, um, it's entirely possible that it'll become like this, or it'll be like this really dry, really hypothetical, like uninteresting set of like frustrating exercise. Programming can be really frustrating, is the thing. So, uh, yeah. All right. I don't know if that's a very good answer, but that's my answer. And then if you really do want to start coding, then there are resources. They're like, I heard Codecademy is pretty good, although it doesn't do C++ apparently. I've never used it before, but just this is just from what I've heard other people tell me. And then yeah, I would I mean, I guess it's also gonna it'll depend on like what languages you want to learn, which will depend on like what projects you want to make. But yeah, all right, that's my non-answer to the question that you're sorry about asking. If you weren't sorry enough about asking that question, you're probably pretty sorry now. um, yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna get much more work done today. So, what do you guys want to do? I don't know. I'm in a weird place. I'm like, I don't necessarily want to stop. Like, I don't have to stop streaming right now. But I just, I don't know. Uh, Maybe I should take myself out of the game dev channel, because if I stay in the game dev channel, then I'll feel obligated to be game deving. Um, we could, we could, I should probably just stop streaming. I should probably take a break, take a break from it or something. Yeah, I'm not gonna accomplish anything else tonight, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do anything interesting if I'm not making game dev. So, all right, my last act is dev streaming. Hey, thank you for following, Sleepy Old Jazzy. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. So my last act as streamer for the night, I will find you guys some other cool streaming entertainment, because in my spare time I like to find other cool dev streamers, and I like to help. I like to help viewers find cool dev streamers, and I like to help dev streamers find cool audiences. So let's see if we can't make something work. Oh wait, I should plug in my headphones over here so that I don't accidentally broadcast someone else's channel on my channel. You're not supposed to do that. Oh, because I plugged in my headphones, you probably didn't hear the alert noise. All right, well, maybe. All right, I think this guy's channel is pretty cool. So yeah, let's. Excellent! Thank you very much for following. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Yeah, if anyone else hasn't found it yet, the follow button is down in the corner down there. Feel free to click it. I stream a lot. I stream like super tons. I stream like 40 hours a week, mostly weekdays between like 10 a.m. And 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But like, as you can tell, I sometimes go outside of those hours. So yes, thank you everyone for following. I won't end side quests until after this event, so you'll be able to get your credits. But then I'm gonna kick it over to another channel. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for following. I hope to see you again sometime in the near future. And until next time, have a wonderful whatever time of day it is where you are. Bye, bye guys. Bye. Bye. All right. If I time it right, you won't see this part unless you're on mobile. In which case you will see this part because the host command does not work on mobile, and awkward. Oh yeah, so Stas, sorry for mispronouncing your name, but thank you very much for following and welcome to the channel. You probably won't see this unless you're watching in the archives, but that's cool. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming now.